Perfect. Perfect.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Lakeside View. I'm your host, Big Win. Along with me, I have Mario.
What's
How's
up?
it going?
Good, good.
All right, man. Today we're going to talk about the coaching situation. Looks like Monty Williams took the Phoenix job. Everybody's saying that's a better opportunity for him. Mm-hmm. So all indications are, it looks like we're heading towards Tyronn Lue. What do you think about that?
Yeah, looks like this last week. To be honest, it looks like he was number one on our search the whole time. It looks like, you know, we heard other names coming out. We heard about what might be possible, but from all indicators, it looks like the Lakers really were looking at Tyronn Lue from the jump. I think it's no secret as to why. I think that, you know, he has had some success. I mean, shoot, you know, he won a ring in Cleveland.
Yeah.
LeBron and Kyrie team with Kevin Love. But you know what? He was the coach. He deserves that credit. He instilled that strategy. You know, when it comes down to it, he needs to make his subs. He needs to make his lineups. He needs to make his strategy as well.
Yeah.
And he deserves that credit. I think a lot of people, it's really easy to bag on this signing a little bit. If you're a non-Laker fan, you can do that. That's okay. We've seen a lot of it happen on Twitter or Instagram or even ESPN or anything like that. You can say whatever you want about the signing. Is he coming here because LeBron wanted him? Probably.
Most likely.
Probably. Which is okay.
Yeah.
Because, in all honesty, I mean, this is a different roster. This is going to be a different need that we have here. Depending on, I know you're going to touch on exactly who he may bring with him as far as coaching would be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with the signing. I think, you know, anybody you were going to bring in after Luke and after Magic left, there was going to be challenges anyway. So having someone very, you know, familiar with who your star is right now was something you had to do. Again, if you're going with LeBron last year, you got to go all in now. So this is part of it.
I mean, I think this is a pretty good sign. I mean, Tyronn Lue's only 41. You know, obviously he's going to be signed because LeBron prefers him. But the guy's 41. You know, he's not in his late 50s, late 60s. He's a young guy. He's an X's and O's guy. LeBron has all the most respect for him because they did beat these Golden State Warriors when they were down 3-1. But the most important thing I think that Tyronn Lue brings to this team is the schematic advantage. He's going to be able to have the X's and O's down, but he's going to bring in the Norv Turner of basketball, and that's Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau, as we all know, was the architect of the 2008 Boston Celtics team on defense. They credit him as much as they credit Doc Rivers for that championship. And I think bringing in a guy like Thibodeau, you're going to get the respect of the kids, you're going to get the respect of the fans. Everybody knows, okay, the shift is going to go towards defense. We're going to make sure that defense is shoring up before we do anything else. So I think this is actually a pretty good pickup for us, not just for LeBron, but for going forward. I think that Tyronn Lue, again, beating the Warriors, he has the respect of a lot of people in the league. They know he's a good coach. I think he got a raw deal in Cleveland when LeBron left. They fired him pretty quickly after that. He didn't really get a chance to showcase what he could do with an up-and-coming, you know, young roster. So going forward, I don't know. It's going to be kind of difficult with the draft selection. You know, we're slotted to go somewhere between 10, 12, 14, somewhere in there, like the back of the lottery. Unless a miracle happens. I mean, it is a lottery, and we do know that the league has been known to put their hands in things like this from time to time. We're looking at possibly the guard from Carolina. I think it's Nasir Little. He might get packaged. I mean, like you said, we're in win-now mode. You know, you have a player like LeBron, you have to maximize every opportunity you can. And with a guy like Nasir Little coming in, he's a good shooter, but again, we might package him with, let's say, a Josh Hart, move him for somebody who can come in, serviceable vet. Kuzma, Ingram. Whoever the case is, you know, we might still be looking at Anthony Davis. I mean, New Orleans picked up Griffin, the GM. I mean, he has a history with LeBron, so he might be a little bit more inclined to do business with the Lakers. I mean, what are your thoughts going forward?
I just think as long as you're going to bring in this coaching staff. You're going to bring in, you know, like you said, Lou, who could possibly bring in a guy like Thibodeau. If you bring this in, let them do this and let them see it through.
Yeah.
You know, let it not only be just about LeBron's years.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, give him a fair shot. Because if you don't get to the playoffs a couple years more, not only is the frustration going to grow, which I get, but it all is going to depend on who your big signing is this year.
Right.
And how LeBron plays going forward.
Right.
You know, I mean, we're going forward with this LeBron plan, and this is obviously a signing that is something he's going to be happy with. But if it does not work out due to stuff like another big injury to LeBron, or say you get absolutely blanked in free agency again, you got to still let this coaching staff do what this coaching staff is brought in to do.
Definitely.
And part of that big problem, or part of that big development process of this coaching staff is going to be who can buy in on defense, which young guy. It's time to either cut or keep them.
Yeah.
Which young guy is going to buy into it? Which young guy is going to play Big D? Which young guy is going to stay healthy? And at that point, this year is the biggest year going forward.
Make or break, definitely.
Because you got the new coach, because you're second year LeBron, and because these kids you just can't call them kids anymore.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They're going to have to do it. But you got to let them actually be flexible to do it.
Definitely.
Don't take the control out of this coaching staff's hands. Don't do it. Luke, you could say whatever you want about him as far as, did I agree with his rotations all the time or his lineups? No. But man, you knew 2/3 into the season, the guy wasn't even calling the shots anymore. It wasn't happening. So let these guys do it. You're bringing in a new coaching staff. You want this new makeover. Let them do it.
Definitely. And I think to kind of piggyback off what you were saying, that's why it's so important to get a coach in there. I mean, you want to get a voice, going into free agency. You're not just going to rely on LeBron to go recruit. If someone's going to come in, you're going to want to sit down with the head coach and say, what's your philosophy? What kind of offense are we running? What kind of defense are we running? Are we going to go with the more veteran roster, or are we going to go with the younger roster? If you bring Tyronn Lue in now, you kind of set those wheels in motion. And it's not so much you're looking at, this team is unstable, the dysfunction in the front office. I mean, you're still going to have that, LeBron picked Tyronn Lue. That'll last for about a week or so. But then once that's passed, now you can get to business. You can sit down with people and say, look, these are the targets that we have. This is the coach that we have in place. This is a guy who has some name recognition. We're going to go out there and go after these 4 or 5, however many players. And, it's finally, it's set in stone. So I think that will actually give the Lakers an opportunity to say, hey, look, with all this stuff going on, the uncertainty in the front office, we now know what direction we're heading in. We now know if we're going to start looking at trading these young guys or keeping these young guys. And without, having a coach in place, I mean, I don't understand why we haven't offered this guy the job in the first place.
No, I mean, it has to come down this week.
Definitely.
It better be this week. I mean, let's get to business here.
I mean, you got everybody out of the way. You're saying you're not going to introduce any other candidates. You gave Jason Kidd an interview. You gave Juwan Howard an interview. Monty Williams is off the table. Let's go ahead and make it happen. If it's the years or the money or whatever it is, the Lakers pretty much print their own money. So just go ahead and sign the guy. Get him in the fold.
Sure.
Get his system going, and let's go to work. I think everybody can agree that probably would be the best bet.
Perfect.